Ever found yourself buying at the top and selling at the bottom? Or holding on to a losing trade, hoping it will turn around? If yes, you're not alone. Emotions drive the stock market as much as technicals and fundamentals. But mastering them is what separates successful traders from the rest. Look, trading is an emotional roller coaster. You start with hope, get excited as your trade goes up, then greed sets in, making you hold on for way too long. Then, inevitably, the market turns, fear kicks in, and you panic sell, usually right at the bottom. Then comes regret. And guess what? This cycle repeats over and over and over again. That's why mastering your emotions isn't just some wishy-washy advice, it's the skill that separates the amateurs from the pros. It's like Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Think about March 2020. The markets were crashing, everyone was freaking out, selling everything they owned, pure, unadulterated fear. But the people who kept their cool, who ignored the noise and bought when everyone else was selling, they're sitting on some pretty nice profits right now. That's the power of emotional control. Let's be real, fear and greed are the real market movers. They're way more powerful than any indicator or chart pattern. The problem is, these emotions make us act irrationally. We see a stock going parabolic and we FOMO in at the top, driven purely by greed. Then, the inevitable pullback happens, we panic, and sell at a loss because we're terrified of losing even more. And you know what happens next, right? The stock recovers, goes on to make new all-time highs, and we're left sitting there kicking ourselves, swimming in regret. It's a vicious cycle, and it's how most traders lose money. Jesse Livermore, one of the greatest traders of all time, said it best. The market does not beat them, they beat themselves because though they have brains, they cannot sit tight. And you know what? He was trading back in the early 1900s. Human psychology hasn't changed all that much. So, how do you break free? It's simple, but not easy. You need a system. A set of rules that you follow religiously, no matter what your emotions are telling you to do. No more FOMOing into trades, no more panic selling. Stick to the plan, and you'll be light years ahead of most traders. Chapter 3. Hope might be a good thing in life, but in trading, it's a silent killer. It's what makes you hold on to that losing trade for weeks, months, sometimes even years, praying it will come back. Newsflash. Hope doesn't pay the bills, cutting your losses does. Mark Douglas, the OG trading psychologist, said it best in his book, Trading in the Zone. The best traders have learned that the market doesn't owe them anything. The market doesn't care about your feelings, your hopes, or your dreams. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. So, how do you deal with hope? Again, it comes back to having a plan. Set your stop loss before you even enter the trade. And for the love of all that is holy, actually respect your stop loss. Don't move it down, don't tell yourself just one more day, just get out. Accept that you were wrong, learn from the trade, and move on. Remember what happened to all those people who refused to sell their Terra Luna as it was crashing? They were hoping and praying for a miracle, but miracles don't happen in bear markets. They ended up losing everything. Don't be like them. Chapter 4. We've all been there. You have a few winning trades in a row, you're feeling like the Wolf of Wall Street, like you've finally cracked the code to the market. You start taking bigger risks, ignoring your risk management rules, and then bam, the market humbles you, hard. Overconfidence is a dangerous beast, and it's often followed by its evil twin revenge trading. This is when you try to win back your losses by trading even more recklessly, doubling down on losing positions and digging yourself into a deeper hole. Ed Seykota, another legendary trader, once said, "Win or lose, everybody gets what they want from the market." Think about that for a second. If you're constantly chasing profits, ignoring your risk management rules, and letting your emotions dictate your trading, you're going to get exactly what you asked for: blown up accounts and a whole lot of regret. So how do you avoid this trap? Treat every trade as an independent event. Just because you had a few winners in a row doesn't mean you're invincible. In fact, you should be even more cautious after a winning streak because that's when overconfidence creeps in. Manage your risk as if your last trade was a loss. That's how you stay in the game for the long run. Chapter 5. Alright, enough with all the doom and gloom. How do you actually master your emotions in trading? Here's a simple 3-step strategy that I use. First, have a trading plan. This seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people wing it. Write down your entry and exit rules, your risk management strategy, everything. Having a plan takes the emotion out of trading and helps you make rational decisions, even when the market is going crazy. Second, follow your risk management rules. This is non-negotiable. Never risk more than you can afford to lose on any single trade, and for God's sake, use stop losses. Think of it like this. Risk management is your financial seatbelt. You wouldn't drive a car without a seatbelt, would you? Third, control your psychology. This is the hardest part, but it's also the most important. Take breaks after losses, avoid revenge trading, and keep a trading journal to track your progress and learn from your mistakes. Remember, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. Paul Tudor Jones, one of the best traders of all time, said, "The most important rule of trading is to play great defense, not great offense." Think about that for a second. It's not about making the most money, it's about protecting what you have. Profits will follow. In trading, your worst enemy isn't the market, it's your own emotions. But with discipline, risk management, and the right mindset, you can turn emotions from a weakness into a strength. Fear and greed will never disappear, but you can control how you react. Hope and regret won't make you money. Strategy and execution will. The best traders are not the smartest, they are the most disciplined. If you found this useful, like this video and subscribe for more trading insights. Stay disciplined, stay smart, and happy trading.